Hey Instagram, it's Karen. How are you? I wanted to get back to you. I got some feedback about one of the vlogs I did yesterday that AA wasn't a self-help group. And I got some feedback on that, and I thought I really loved the feedback I got from one of my followers who has become a good friend of mine. And we share a lot of the same thinking along lines with the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And you know, first thing, I do stuff on Instagram and I'm also on Facebook. And so what I do is I do stuff on Instagram and I play off of it on Facebook, but it didn't dawn on me that a lot of people aren't on Facebook or that the people on Facebook aren't on Instagram. You know what I mean? I didn't know that. So, I want to clarify that because yes, AA really is about helping others. That really is how it works, is the 12th step, the 12th suggestion, which is to help others, to take what I've been given and give it to someone else. However, that being said, I would not know what was wrong with me. I would not have anything to give you if I didn't work the steps, which therefore really were self-help. I had to come in and I had to figure out what was going on with Karen. And to do that, I did the steps. The steps. Now, the reason I say that about Facebook and Instagram, a lot of people that are on Instagram on our Facebook, which I didn't think about. But yesterday I did the vlog on Instagram about AA not being a self-help. And then at the end of the day, I did a big book reading. And I do these readings on Facebook Live. I try to do them every day, at least 5 or 6 days a week. And I read a passage out of the big book and I talk about it from my experience. And yesterday I read about the doctor's opinion and I talked about the change of perception, the psychic change that has to happen for you to stay sober. And I believe, I said this in my Facebook Live, that I believe that the only reason or the only way to have that psychic change is to do the steps, because you cannot see it in yourself. But the steps will take your perception and start shifting it so you could see things about yourself that you can't. Why can't you see these things? Because of the alcoholic delusion, right? The thinking, this, I wish I could do, I should do the reading I did last night on the doctor's opinion here. I don't have my big book with me, but I'm going to grab my big book and I'm going to read to you this passage where it talks about the delusion and how the alcoholic life becomes our reality. And to me, what that means is it's just, I keep lowering the bar, right? That's the delusion. Pretty soon I can't tell up from down. I can't tell right from wrong, right? I have convinced myself that everything's okay, right? Everything's fine. My crazy alcoholic life is the norm. So that kind of thinking is hard to get through to someone. When they've already adjusted the bar and they've already decided that their life is okay the way it is, how do you convince them they need help? How do you show them another way? Well, the steps are beautiful at doing that. The steps are great at slowly shifting your perception so you can see something about yourself that you might not be able to see. That you truly are the problem in your life. That other people are not the problem. Your thinking is the problem. Life is not so much what happens to you, it's how you react to it. And I am guilty of that. I have had a very difficult morning. I have a little bit of a headache just out of kind of like a hangover of, I don't know. Life happens. Let's face it, life happens. It's going to continue to happen. And it's not what happens to me, it's how I react. So how am I going to react? Am I going to shut down, cry, let my thinking take over, start piling every single thing on the pile of shit of my life that's gone wrong? That's what I do. And I started to do that this morning. Something is wrong, something doesn't seem right, and all of a sudden I go through everything. I pull out a filing cabinet in my head and I start pulling out every possible thing that's wrong in my life, right? And I throw it on the pile. That is alcoholic thinking. That has to be smashed. See? So that's where I know that about myself. I could see that happening. The only reason I know that was happening is because I've done the steps. I knew it was happening, so what did I do? I did the 12th suggestion. I'm going to reach out and help somebody else. And there's a lot of people that need help. So I am happy that I was able to pop my head out of my ass and shake it off and start helping. Okay, so 12 steps are the help that you need so that you can help someone else and stay sober. So I hope that clarified it. I don't want to throw anybody off track. I love the response. I love that he called me on that because first thing, I know someone's watching. And the second, he's right. He's right. And you wouldn't know that I felt that way about the 12 steps if you can't see me on Facebook. You wouldn't have known. So I'm glad he told me so that everyone on Instagram that watches me knows the 12 steps work. To get you sober and to stay sober, you have to help others. So let's get busy. Have a great day. Bye, guys.